All right, friends. Greetings to you. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are, all around the world, tuning in, representing the human collective in another Foundations. How was your fourth transmission? Yes. Good one, huh? Yeah, that's quite something. And feel free to put in any impressions or experiences you've had uh, into the chat, as well as any questions, any type of experiences you've been going through throughout this foundations, etc., etc. Whatever you feel like. So, this is the fourth and the last of our talks and energetic adjustments with Asil for this foundations. And then we're gonna have a closing Q&A and call slash celebration on Tuesday. Now, as this work is being done, as we are creating and participating and making this type of deep dive and transformational process happen, the work isn't done just in the transmission itself. It is done in the days after, in the weeks after, in the months after. It is done in your sleep, in your meditation, while you eat, while you walk. It is done in conversation, in your thoughts, and in your emotions. As everything is restructuring within your being, and we are very complex beings, small pieces, subtle pieces will start to shift and change, and you will start to notice the things that you are consciously aware of. Some things that we're not consciously aware of, maybe others will notice as changes. And some things no one will notice. They will just happen subtly in different layers of our being. But ultimately, even the subtle changes will be part of a greater alignment that serves our well-being, that serves our greatest possible alignment. Now, in a general sense, some of you feel, oh, I'm a little tired, I'm unproductive, I feel like I need to do so many things, but I haven't been able to do so many things. Some of you say they're like bouncing off the balls, too much energy, don't know what to do with all that energy, can't really sleep as well as I used to. So the spectrum is wide on people's experiences when they go through these type of transformations and when they start feeling a greater energy coming in. For those that are challenged with low energy in the moment, I'll say the transformation itself requires internal attention. A lot of the internal resources are focused on those aspects of that transformation. So just be okay with giving that energy, that focus, that attention to that internal process. It's not a waste. I promise you. It is an important part of your development. It will carry so many rewards. When the gardener, when the botanist, when the farmer is planting in seeds, it's a significant amount of work to prepare the land, the water, the seeds. And guess what? There's no results immediately. Then they have to wait, sometimes for months, to see anything come and return. It's okay to have your energy, your internal resources dedicated to something that will slowly build up in the amount of rewards and the fruits it will bear. Okay? That is also a practice in patience. In the meantime, you know what it feels like to sit in a meditation. You know what it feels like to sit in a transmission. Keep your meditations going. It's an important part of this. They really help stabilize the work, stabilize your mind, stabilize your heart, stabilize your being as this integration is happening. Those that have a little bit too much energy or are unexpectedly energized, that's also okay. Now, your system may be used to a different energy level as your standard operation, and having too much energy means there's a lot of energy moving through your system that may be required as part of your internal transformational process. If it's uncomfortably too much, you can always consciously sit in meditation and release the excess, the overflow of that energy into the earth, in nature, on a grounding mat, or with your bare foot on the ground. There's many ways to release excess energy so you can feel a little bit more in your standard energy levels. But if you can hold that energy that's moving in excess within your being, that's also great practice. I've noticed that this foundation was particularly deep in the psycho-emotional spaces. I've noticed that a lot of things were coming up with for people in the meditations, in dream states, that want to be processed. They would see and experience past memories, past life memories, experiences of their ancestry, things in the field of their relations, things in the field of their ancestry, things in the field of greater society and civilization. So there has been many things that have surfaced as a result of this work. And what do we do with things that surface? We observe them. We observe them as neutrally as we can. We observe them as lovingly as we can. Some of the things we observe may be difficult to observe. They may be emotionally charging. They may bring up other thoughts. They may bring up pains, sensations. The magic is even the ability to observe the emotion or the pain that is arising from that eternal observer place. So if you can observe that which arises and then your response to what arises, that allows an emotion to be there and to move through. The mind has a tendency to apply meaning to everything. That means when the mind sees something, it'll say, oh, let me guess, it's probably because this and this and this, or because my ancestry did this, or oh, is this maybe a lifetime I lived? And let me apply some more meaning to this. Let me put a little bit more interpretations into the mix. Hunting after interpretations and meaning can be an endless journey. You can never satisfy the mind because it will never be enough. It will always seek more meaning. It will always do speculations and hypotheses, and it will say, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, or it must be this, or it can't be that. And then based on the meaning and the interpretations we hold, there may be emotions that come with it, like a fear or a doubt or a confirmation or validation. Sometimes when I notice that my mind is overactive in trying to understand everything, I'll just allow myself to step one level above into a neutral observer, which does not seek any meaning, does not seek any interpretation or even comprehension. It just allows things to be as they are. In the observation of what is, as it actually transforms, believe it or not, because it is seen from such a pure place. It is seen from such a loving and expanded space. It is seen potentially from different perspectives. That the attachment to what is seen is transforming and releasing. The emotion, the charge, the energy behind what is seen is moving out of our system naturally. We don't have to cut anything out. We don't have to push anything out. We don't have to actively release. We don't have to put energy behind that transformation because it is and can be completely effortless. This eternal observer through which we observe our inner reality and our outer reality, as it allows for the transformation to occur, as it allows for realizations to pop into surface. By the way, realizations are not meanings or interpretations of the mind. And I'll tell you in a second what the differentiation is. And as realizations emerge, we find more alignment. As we find more alignment, the field of possibilities of coming moments and the future expands. The field of probability is wider. If we hold a strong idea of the past, a strong idea and emotion, a charge of the past in the present moment, that will define a future experience, that will define a particular path forward, because reality, your soul, the universe, and this design wants you to complete those incomplete things of the past. It will design a future for you because your soul is requesting that. It will design a future for you that will bring more experiences to be lived to come to realizations. We are going through an incredibly accelerated and divinely authorized shortcut to realizations. And you might wonder, it's like, why has humanity for thousands of years gone through this experience in the way it was designed? And who are we to just go about a different way of realizing? And why is that right now the case? Well, in the words of the guides, it is because this great change, this great evolution that humanity is going through, this great awakening that humanity is going through, requires an accelerated completion process as well. So they're giving us the guidelines of something that has already been with us. They say, Well, it was already in your system. You were designed to be able to come to realizations in this way. You just haven't really made use of it, or only a few lineages in the past have kind of tipped into some of these internal abilities to come to realizations. And a couple individuals have found a way to self-realization as a result of that. But here you are, humans of all walks of lives. We're going to show you that you can do it too. We're going to provide you a way to come to realization, to transform any type of pain held of the past, any type of duality, any type of charge that's held, so you can start to have all of these realizations come in without creating and manifesting a certain narrow probability set of the future. That's what it means to have expanded field of possibilities. Your field of the future expands. The strength of your eternal observer becomes more the seat from which you receive and perceive and create reality, rather than the mind or even the heart. When people say, follow your heart, I say, well, be careful what you wish for, because most hearts aren't fully healed yet. That means the heart will lead you on a journey. I can guarantee you that. It'll be an interesting roller coaster for sure. So there is refinement that is happening on the mind, on the heart, on the body, and our energetic spiritual construct. Yet the seat from which we observe is on that higher level. You can call it the higher self if you want. You can call it the soul level if you want. You can call it observation from your divine self if you want. But that higher perspective is what allows the transformation and the healing to occur. That part of our being gives us freedom. The guides have spoken about freedom. They've spoken about choice. The freedom comes from the detachment. The freedom comes from the ability to observe, from the ability to love all aspects of your being, from the ability to feel resourced, limitless, unconditional love and energy. From that place of connection comes great freedom. It comes with great liberation. And guess what? You are always deserving. You are always meant to have it. You are always loved. You are always cared for. You are always seen. You are always recognized. The amount of love that the divine has for you is so immense that they even allow you to have the most painful experiences you could possibly have. That's how much love they have for you. You can have the greatest challenges. You can have the greatest misfortunes. You can have the greatest accidents. You can have the greatest joys. You will still be loved, and you're allowed to have these experiences. Yet you are also supported in an evolutionary process where they say, great, well, now that you have experienced it all, Seemingly, you have experienced it all with a great variation and diversity of lives you have lived and experiences you had. Who knows, billions or trillions of moments, each single one of you. Are you ready to step into a new way of operating? Are you ready to step into a new way of realizing, receiving, transmitting, finding not just that love within you, but that same love that you see in every other person? The love of the divine, this unconditional love. The possibilities that may not you may not have seen available for you, that you may now feel more possible for you. Do you see these possibilities for others too? Do you start believing not just in yourself, but in others as well? Do you start loving more aspects of your being, and as a result, do you start loving more aspects of others' being? Can we set a new precedence of being human? This great awakening, this great transformation of humanity, we can look all day long outside to wait for a great savior. We can look all day long outside to see someone actually that has found great self-love, great health, great wealth, purity, integrity, beauty. And we can seek that everywhere, maybe spend our entire lives seeking for that. God, but guess where is it to be found truly and sustainably? It's to be found within. Everything outside is that mirror to remind us that is to be found within. And when it is found within, even if it is for a glimpse of a moment, maybe in deep states of transmissions, you're like, oh, I just touched it. Okay. And what now? Even just that simple one-time touch becomes part of your being. It starts to activate. It opens a doorway in your existence. A doorway of perception, a doorway of love, a doorway of possibility, a doorway for perspective, a doorway to a new way of being. How blessed are we to be able to walk this path and to enter these states? How blessed are we to be entrusted with this path, to be reminded of it, and to be representatives of it. That's the beauty of this journey, of this conscious evolution. That's the beauty of foundations, establishing a new foundation within yourself that supports all aspects of your life. And it is meant to be empowering, it is meant to be independent. And you will see that it is as purely defined and delivered as possible. There is no dogma, no doctrines, no specific rules, no belief system really. The words are stimulating the mind while our entire being is receiving a way of being, a state of presence. That's where the magic happens. So, for a moment, let's I invite you to close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths and feel the energetic field of your own being, its connection to the earth, its connection to higher realms, to the stars. And over time, this will happen in a split second. Automatically, you'll feel that connection. Feel that field of energy, that field of community we have established here, a field that's co-created, a field that is held also with the support of the guides, a field in which we can rest. We can rest our minds, we can rest our hearts, we can rest our bodies, we can rest our souls. We can just be. And with every breath we take and we exhale, we can rest a bit more. We are familiar with this field. We've learned to trust it more and more. We've learned to dissolve naturally, easily. We've learned to surrender, to be held. And we've learned to hold effortlessly. Imagine we're floating beings in this bubble and we hold hands. So we're holding each other, we're holding ourselves, and we are being held at the same time. It's easy, it's effortless. A sense of family, a sense of community, a sense of divine union, a sense of oneness. This is our fertile soil of growth, transformation. This is our fertile soil to establish a new foundation. And from this place, we're going to receive our final adjustments. Take a couple of deep breaths. And integrate this expanded way of being into all parts of your being. This openness, this oneness, this love, this energy, this relaxedness, this trust, this purity, this alignment, this truth. Observe as this new foundation of your being integrates into your being and into your life, into your thoughts and into your heart, into your body, into your actions, into your service, into your relationships, into your conscious creatorship. And for those of you that want to continue staying in your meditative state, you can do so for as long as it feels good and aligned to you. I want to say thank you to everyone around the globe and around the many dimensions that you have come from, the many forms and shapes you have brought into this earth, into this experience, the many pasts that have come here, the many spirits and the many souls. Thank you for being part of this and making it what it is, making possible what it is. May this work carry forward in the most beautiful ways in your life.
Merci, thank
And
you.
see you guys on
Thank
Tuesday.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asil.
Love to
Thank you,
all.
Sil.
Love you all.
Thanks so
Thank
much,
you,
guys.
whole
Really
family.
great.
Thank you, Sil. Thank you,
You're all the
everybody.
best.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Bless.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you.
care.
See ya. Bye.
Merci.